A good loan originator is worth their weight in gold. And today I have one, and her name is Nancy Alexander. Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Good morning, Rick. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nancy is with Guaranteed Rate Affinity, and she's the VP of Loan Originations, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself, and so that you have a better idea who she is when she calls or you meet her in person. Nancy, so how did you get in the business?
Oh my gosh. I started in commercial paper when I got my finance degree. And someone recruited me in commercial paper. I started writing mortgages for commercial. I loved it. A girlfriend came up to me, showed me a check for residential, and I said, I'm in. And that was 28 years ago.
Wow, you've been doing it quite a while. So what did you do before that?
Before that, I was an entrepreneur. I started my own company when I was 20 and opened up a little gift shop called Nancy's. And then 23, I opened up a second one called Under the Willow Tree. And by the time I was close to 30, I sold it and put myself back into college and picked up my finance degree. And I've been playing this game ever since.
So are you from Colorado?
I am. I'm a native of Colorado, born and raised in Arvada, and moved up to the foothills about 20 years ago and never looked back.
So Nancy primarily works with the Evergreen office at Coldwell Banker and has, I don't know, how many, 25, 30 agents in that office?
I think there's about 45 of them now.
Wow.
Between Conifer and Evergreen. Yeah, it's good group of people.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. So what's your philosophy within the mortgage industry?
You know, Rick, I think real estate is about two things. I think it's about strategy and negotiation. And I get to play in the strategy role more than anything because I get to sit with the client and talk with them as to what are their goals and what is their strategy for purchasing this piece of real estate and how can we best get them there.
And what keeps it interesting for you?
Oh my God, the clients, their stories, the discovery, the puzzle pieces that you get to put together, all of that, the combination of all. I love it.
It seems like your industry's constantly changing.
All the time. You know, guidelines are always changing. Lenders are shifting based on market and what's taking place in the bond market, the stock market, what's really taking place in the world. And in turn, it changes our guidelines all the time. So you've got to stay abreast of them. You've got to understand them, how they fit into a scenario. Again, that's what makes it fun. That's what keeps it exciting.
So after 28 years, what's your process now?
It's simple. It's that you learn it, you do it, and you teach it. And I have gotten to a point with these years that you get to focus on the teaching it. And, you know, you instruct a client, one client at a time, and you instruct a business partner, one individual at a time, and then you'll hope that the ripple, of course, spreads from there. But I think that's the gift, and that's what I'm most grateful for, is being able to share it and to give it away at this point.
Well, there's a lot of agents who, you know, are probably afraid to, you know, seem like they don't know what they're talking about, but I'd assume with your industry changing so much, it would be important for them to be able to understand they need an expert like you on their side.
Gosh, I think so. I think it makes the realtor such a better realtor to understand the basics. And the basics are the numbers. I get a lot of realtors that say, don't give me math, Nancy. And it's like, it's not math, it's just numbers. And it's really putting a theory together. It's saying, okay, let's take 1, 2, 3, and here's the numbers that play. And then let's take 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever it may be, and here's the numbers that play, and let's do some comparisons and get that individual to where they want to be. And for the realtor to understand those basics, I think it's critical.
Well, I've bought my fair share of homes, and I always find it valuable to be able to just walk in and find somebody like you that's approachable and say, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm assuming you do, and please teach me. That sounds like that's something you spend a lot of time doing and enjoy doing.
I do. I love it when the client comes and sits down and they begin to tell their story as to what they think they want to do. So many times that what they think morphs into something else, just like all of us. We're all consumers for that matter. And so it's starting that journey and going through that journey with them. And when you get to the finish line, that's a pretty cool thing.
Definitely is. Well, this is the time where we get to know you a little bit better. I call it my 15 favorites. So we're going to start with your favorite food.
Oh, my favorite food. I'm going to say antelope.
Antelope?
Antelope.
That's interesting. So pronghorn. Interesting. Never had anybody say that. And what's your favorite pastime? What do you like to do on your time off?
Ride my horses.
Interesting. And do you have a favorite band or piece of music?
Oh, man, I'd probably go back to Fleetwood Mac and Landslide.
I love Fleetwood Mac every morning.
I love Fleetwood Mac, yeah.
And how about a place to visit in Colorado?
Oh, love Steamboat, love Estes Park, Durango, Mesa Verde. There are so many spectacular places in Colorado. It's what makes this state so unique.
I agree. Hey, what about the world? Favorite place to visit in the world outside of Colorado?
Oh, man, probably my most recent and favorite would be Maine. The coast of Maine. It's spectacular, and the people are great, and the colors are amazing, and the boats and the water, and I would say Maine.
And how about favorite comic, like comedian? They could be living or dead.
Let's see, I have to think. Favorite, maybe Will Ferris. I don't even know if that's his right name, is it?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. There you go.
Yeah, he's funny. He's really good.
He is funny.
And how about favorite restaurant?
Gosh, up on the mountain, I would say Willow Creek because it sits right on Evergreen Lake and it's very quintessential.
That's nice. And do you have a place down in the valley that you like to go?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I get to pass.
You love Evergreen. You love it. Awesome. How about favorite time of the year?
Oh, the fall.
Fall?
Definitely.
You're an autumn person. Awesome. And do you have a favorite movie?
Probably Sound of Music.
Every year.
Every year. Once a year, every year. That and White Christmas.
Yep. And how about favorite way to eat pizza? Are you a hold it with your hands or eat it with utensils?
Gotta hold it with your hands. It's not even right using a fork and a knife, right?
Exactly. And how about favorite smell?
Probably right after a rainstorm.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. How about childhood memory?
Oh, my father was a pilot, and I grew up with him waking me up early, 4:00 in the morning, 4:30, and saying, "Hey, you want to go for a flight?" And so that's how I grew up. So that's my favorite memory.
And how about as an adult?
That's probably still my favorite memory, but I would say as an adult, having my daughter. Yeah, I don't think you can compare anything to having children. It's a pretty cool experience, great journey.
Interesting. And favorite person, living or dead?
Oh, I'd have to say my father.
Okay, great. And what's the favorite part about what you do?
It's communicating. It's having the joy of starting with communication, going into collaboration with a client or a business partner, and building a community. I think that is it's spectacular. I still love it. I love it to this moment.
Well, awesome. It was great getting to know you. Thank you for your time today. And I assume they can get a hold of you on the screen, on the phone number on the screen. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Well, awesome. Thanks again.
My pleasure, Rick. This was so much fun. I so enjoy you, and I'm so appreciative. Thank you for the opportunity.
For more real estate news, go to retoday.com.